Namaste, Namaskara, Vanakkam, Sat Sri Akal. Thanks for being with me in SPB, Simply SPB, Simply SPB. And I said about Crossroads. Crossroads, remember? I'll come back to you why I said I was at Crossroads at that time. So, last week I entered into the recording studio. I had to rehearse the song. I was so guilty at the time because all my seniors were there on time in the recording studio. Because of me, with the orchestra, they all have to rehearse the song. And I had never seen such big group of musicians at a time. My goodness, there were a section of violins, there was veena, there was sitar, tabla, dholak, flute, clarinet, whatnot. There was no electronics at that time. Mandolin, guitar, all these things were there. So we rehearsed completely, and that was a muhurat. So usually they do a big puja and they give the prasadam. Everybody will break the auspicious coconut and they give the tirtham, prasadam and everything. It will be so very nice. And these things all happened. I was watching for the first time all these rituals. I had never been there. And suddenly, before we started the first cut, because it is a lengthy song which was about 7.5 minutes to 8 minutes, they wanted to take from the introduction music, Sushila Amma's Pallavi, and the second music and my antara, my stanza. Until that, they wanted to take one cut. So, before going to the microphone, there was not the voice cubicle. It was not available at that time. It was only a big hall, and on the different corners, different sections of musicians were sitting. And in one corner, myself and Sushilamma, two microphones. There was these headphones given. I was never used to headphone at all. I heard about headphones. When I wore them, the entire orchestra was being heard in that. Even my voice was being heard. And it was a great experience. I didn't know where to stand, how much of the distance I have to maintain in front of the microphone. So Sushilamma was telling me, be like this. When you get pa, 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 ma, all these sounds, when you close your lips, you have to turn a little aside. Otherwise, the air blow will hit the diaphragm. Puk, puk, noise will come. So she was telling me, I was like a student, I was listening to her. And the other singers were sitting inside the console room because their cut will come little later. And prior my going to the microphone, the producer and Mr. Padmanabham, Sri Padmanabhan Garu, came, put a hand on my shoulder and said, Balu, you are singing good. And first time you are singing in a cinema microphone, we'll be listening to that. And in case, he said, in case, if it's not up to the mark, we may have to replace your voice. Don't get dissatisfied or disillusioned. I have to definitely tell you, what a time to tell. I was already, my heart was running at 250 beats per minute, and he says that. Okay sir, I said, I went to the microphone. My mentor, Kodandrapani, was very encouraging to me. He said, he used to, from then onwards, he used to call me as Pantulu. I don't know why he called me like that. He said, you will do good, go to the microphone. The first rehearsals was over. I was afraid of even turning back and looking through the glass partition into the console room. After the rehearsals, all the musicians played and everybody was just sitting, and they will make, somebody will eat pan or something, go out and clean their mouths and come and sit again at the microphone. Then they said, we'll go for take. No suggestion was given to me. One way it was very consoling to me because, oh, I did good, that's why they are not giving any suggestion. The other way I was thinking was, Anyway, it is not good. Why should we suggest him? Let him sing. We may replace his voice. These were all which were going the inside my mind. Take, they said, and the take was over. The first cut will be around 1 minute something, between 1 and 2 minutes. That is the duration of the song. And that first cut. And the intercom was there. Nobody was saying anything from inside. For that 20-25 seconds, it was torture to me. And musicians were not commenting anything. And Sushilama said, it was good. It was good. Don't worry. Then all the people rushed inside the auditorium. The music director, producer, lyricist, the director. They all came, and P.B. Srinivasji and Raghuramaya all came. You know what P.B. Srinivasji was saying? The first take is okay, Mr. Balasubramaniam. Your guru had okayed your first take, it was good. And both Padmanabhanji and Kodanapandiji came, and I was so fragile at that time. You should see this picture of my first recording. I was so fragile, very thin. I was 20 at that time. And after that, the next cuts came. And only at the climax cut, my one all up comes. I didn't do that properly also. I could not do that. I don't know why they okayed. Even now when I listen to my first cut, I could have done better. That's what I think. Maybe at that time, that was my experience. There was no expression at all. I could not sing with wide open mouth, and it is so croony-like of singing. But yet, that was okayed. But then, after finishing all the 4 bits, Mr. Raghuramaya ji came and put his hand on my shoulder and said, I have a feeling that you will go places. It's very nice. You have that strength and you are unique. You are very different. You are not imitating anybody. You might definitely be a good singer in the future. The same thing P.B. Srinivasji said. And all the musicians were so very happy. Most of them were coming to me. I went to each group just to thank them. I was doing like this. They said, Bavandaya, Bava Parthana, Nalla irukku thambi, Nalla padre, all the best to you. They all blessed me, which has not gone futile. It is going. I still remember those things. I still remember. And as I told you last time, Mr. Rangaraoji, Veena Rangaraoji, who came to play Veena that day, he was cousin brother of Sri P.B. Srinivasji, heard me and gave me my first break in Kannada. So my second song itself was in Kannada. Amazing things happened, Yet I have not explained about the Crossroads, I will do that. When we come to that bridge, we will cross that one. Thanks for being all these weeks along with me. You have to bear with me. You have to travel quite a while along with me, because I am going to give so much of my experiences to you, to be shared by you. And thanks for being for the past 53 years. So December 16th, 1966, the D-Day in my professional life and my real life also. And I have not explained why the car has not come to pick me up. Remember that? And the next episode I'll tell you what had happened. Namaste.